नमस्ते।
हमारे चैनल पे आप सभी का स्वागत है।
So for everybody watching for the first time, welcome to our channel
Welcome.
Shortleft Travels. Just a quick introduction. So we are the Shortleft Travels family.
Yep.
And we'll just go around and introduce ourselves, starting with the little member.
लियाम, Marijke,
Mommy Yolande.
And Daddy Noel. So, welcome, guys. Today, we are here to share some of our experience, and it's a question that has been asked in most of our videos from our.
Basically in all the videos, everybody is quite concerned about one thing, and that is these two little ones and their education, schooling, and how we manage with all of the traveling that we're doing.
So, we are here to share our experience and also something that can help you about homeschooling.
Yep.
And what got us into it and how is it going. So stay tuned, as this will be helpful and it will answer most of the questions.
Yep.
That it's a valid, and again,
Yes.
it's a valid concern that
It
most
is,
of you guys
is.
have, and we really are grateful that you guys really care about us. So
Yeah.
this is for you as well. What got us into homeschooling? I think that's the first question.
Yes, it is.
And-
It was all literally due to circumstance, you can say.
I would
It's not
say, yeah.
exactly, we did not initially choose it.
Yes.
It was not part of our parenting plan.
Yes, it was something that was very alien to us, and
Yeah.
it was not something that we had considered. Like most of the parents that are concerned about their children, the schooling, after schooling, college, all those things were
Exactly.
also our concern as well, and pretty genuine concern.
Yeah.
So it is something that happened along the way, homeschooling.
Definitely.
And I think the breaking point, or the thing that got us into homeschooling was, I would say, traveling.
Yes, it was.
And not local traveling, but international traveling.
Exactly. When we decided to get out of our comfort zone and take a little travel trip experience to India, Shortleft, that is actually when it all started.
Yes. And the one concern, or the most important thing that I would say played a vital role is when we moved from one place to another,
One
when
country
we
to
moved from one
another.
country to another. We all know that children are very sensitive. They are adaptable, very adaptable, but
Yeah,
at the
they are.
same time, they're very
Yes.
very sensitive. And we wanted to take a sort of a slow approach.
Yeah,
And,
it's kind of
and-
like
and-
sensitize them
Yeah.
to the whole changeover.
yes, and one thing led to another,
It
and
is.
here we are.
Homeschooling for what, like
Homeschooling
7,
happily.
6? Yeah, very happily.
Homeschooling happily for
For
7+
about
years.
Yeah, I think it's more like
Yeah.
it's about 7 years. Yeah,
7+ years, and I think it's
Yeah,
visible,
it's-
isn't it?
it is. I think so as well.
When we went to India for traveling,
Yeah,
the intention was not to stay there for long, and as we have mentioned on the videos before as well,
exactly. It was literally
purely
just
a getaway for some time,
Yeah.
from our routine, and well, India changed our mind.
it did big time.
Big time. And we decided to, when we decided to continue traveling, the first thing, the concern that we had was the children's education,
It
schooling,
was.
because they used to go to school back in South Africa,
Yes.
and our goal, or our plan was to kind of sensitize them with the curriculums,
Yes, it
with
was.
the different curriculums.
It was.
We did a lot of research.
We did. Yeah.
So it started off with going with the curriculum,
yeah.
and we after doing our work, we came to know about the international board.
Yeah.
We chose a curriculum. We decided, okay, fine, let them do for 6 months,
Yeah, we were going
Um,
about 6
yeah,
months
6
just
months.
to see.
and in that 6 months, a couple of challenges that came. One is to find the right school.
Yes.
When you find the right school, getting admission in school, that is something
that
that we
was
saw in
like,
India
whoa.
has a waiting list.
Yeah.
That school has to be within the affordable range, because if you go to
Yes.
certain schools, the price, again, the affordability.
Yes.
And then I think the other decision was about again, like exposing them from one environment, which is one schooling system, to another schooling system. So these were a couple of challenges that came our way, and yeah, and we just continued
We did, yeah.
with them studying at home, and yeah, the little
keeping-
scientist in them that
yeah.
started to the little researchers and the
That
scientists
started
in
to
them,
like creep out of the
creep
little
out.
holes there.
and it just went on. And honestly, we feel that it was good.
It was definitely a good decision. We feel personally as parents.
And
for
as
them.
children as well.
Yeah.
I need a cap, otherwise my head is going to be burnt.
My bald head. What is it? What is rainbows?
Sun. Yeah, I just need to cover my, as they call it in Afrikaans, as bolakop, as my rooftop. Okay.
I think there's no better way to really explain this, or like to give a little bit more insight, is from these two to actually give their own verdict.
Let them
let
speak
them-
their own minds, I think.
and
What do you say?
explain
Yeah.
how it's helping them,
Yes.
or whichever they feel like. So we're gonna hand over the mics to the two little ninjas.
It's a time for testimony.
Oh, you want this one?
Okay, you take.
Homeschooling has helped me. Initially, I wanted to become a doctor, but it has helped me explore more things, and I realized that I'm more passionate about certain things than I thought I was. Like, for example, I like reading about animals, how they work, biology, how things react, chemistry. My daddy does business. I've become interested in business studies, and the homeschooling has helped me and given me time to learn all of that. And you can take time with certain subjects that you don't understand, and sometimes when you want answers for something, you don't have to wait for next year or next day that the teacher is going to tell you. You can research it, but most importantly, it teaches you how to research. Also, you discover talents you never knew you had. Like, I'm into cricket, music, art. Link of my channels below. You can see what I do there. And it gives me more time to spend with my family, which I like doing. And it helps you to discover who you really are. You don't have to pretend to be someone you're not.
Over to the little one.
So for me, homeschooling has helped me like whatever I want to do. Like if I don't like want to do maths today, I don't want to do maths today, I don't do maths today. I can do science. Well, sometimes I want to do reading the whole day. I can do playing with my cricket the whole day. And playing what else I ever want to do the whole day.
The whole day.
The whole day. I'm sure you got that the whole day.
And I also get to spend time with my family and my sister, who is my encyclopedia, Google, calculator, and all those other things. Yeah.
Yeah, the bowler.
So that's what homeschool has been helping me with.
And another thing,
What?
it helps you be best friends with your sibling.
And you get to play your own games.
Yes.
Our biggest reason for continuing
Yes.
with homeschooling is to have a personalized curriculum for our children. As you can
Yes.
say, the mind of a child is what we have realized is very inquisitive and curious.
Very, very. And
Which-
being in a school, being
So-
in a school, they kind of limited to that.
We feel.
That's what we feel. It's
feel.
like we feel like their curiosity, their creativity, their inquisitiveness, is all like just
Boxed
put in a box and kept on the side because you just have to be concentrating on your academics.
Yes. On
And
the
that's
curriculum
it.
for that particular year.
Exactly, and
Yeah.
and they don't have that option of actually exploring more than what is given.
Yeah. And homeschooling allowed the researcher in them got awoken.
Big time.
Yeah, they're not limited. Small
Yes.
example. Marijke is doing 3 grades at one time.
She
With
is.
certain subjects, she is at grade 10 because she is good
Yeah.
and fast in that.
Yes.
And with certain subjects, she is brushing up on 8, 9 before she comes to 10.
Yes.
The goal is that before she gets to a certain age, she should be well versed, because the learning that we kind of encourage them is not just about memorizing, but about
Nah.
understanding the topic, because that is something that they will carry with them for the rest of their lives.
And so to be able to practically use it as well.
The
Not
practical
just-
aspect of it.
Yeah.
The real life lesson.
Exactly.
For example, if she's learning business studies and commerce, how does actually a business work? And I
Yeah.
get a lot of questions that are asked to me, so it also helps me as well to refresh. Honestly, we have been
does.
able to refresh so many things that we learned as kids, and I didn't bother. It was not required to go back to it all this time,
wasn't. Yeah, it's like kind of you've studied it, you've done your exams with it,
and it's over.
it's done, finished.
Yeah,
Now, okay,
we had
we'll
to
move.
we had to make sure that we were able to
We had to
memorize it.
pass.
Yeah. So I think the biggest reason is personalized approach
Yes.
of the curriculum, of whatever they want to do, whatever they
Yes.
want to learn, which gives them a choice of who they want to be. I think the
Exactly.
choice part is what kind of we focused on.
Yeah.
Personalized approach that allows them to have choices once they are at that age. I think
Exactly.
that's our
And
biggest reason.
for them to be able to learn at their own pace, like you've said, and for them to be able to learn of what they are capable to learn at that particular time. They're basically just to sum it up.
Absolutely, yeah. Like Leah mentioned, he goes a bit slow with maths because you need a lot of thinking. With science, with social science,
He flies through it.
he just flies through it. And I think one point also I would like to mention is the kind of homeschooling, and this is a question that might pop up, and so hence I'm just in between. What we have not, as a homeschooling that we have chosen, we have not eliminated the curriculum.
No, we haven't.
We haven't. It's a 50%. They do have to follow a curriculum, which we select based
Yes.
on it being accepted universally.
Exactly.
Because they both should have the option of going and studying to whichever university that they want to go
Exactly.
to.
If they
Okay?
if they do
If they do
decide they
decide
want
to
to
go
go
that
and
way.
or go into certain professions.
Yes. So we do include a curriculum together with their studies, together with
Yes.
the other aspect of the real life, as you call it.
Experiences,
It's curriculum from a school and unschooling together, combined.
Yeah, it's like a combination.
It's
sort
like a
of thing.
50-50, so that they
Yeah.
are prepared for the real life, be it for business,
Exactly.
be it for academics,
Exactly.
be it for sports, be it for music, be it for whatever choice they make. So I hope
Exactly.
I gave a bit more insight.
Yeah.
This all or nothing really got a way of driving me crazy. I see neat the veteran sky, fleeces the line.
Homeschooling has actually given us time back. It is literally being able to spend so much more time together, traveling, exploring, and learning. I think the learning part is one of the biggest things because you tend to kind of just live by each other when kids go to school and you go to work. And with us literally being in the same vicinity most of the time, spending so much time together, we tend to learn a lot more about each other. So we understand each other's characters, where we're coming from, and it's not always a smooth ride. With them being teenagers now, but even when they were younger as well, we all have our moods. One day we hormones. One day we are happy-go-lucky, and the next day we are like a grumpy old bear with a sore foot. But you end up learning more about each other, understanding, and you are able to cope and what's the word? Just kind of work around the situation. And yeah, it's just changed the diversity and the dynamics of our, not diversity actually, just changed the dynamics of our family a lot. And it looks like Marijke's got something to say as well. She's like sitting here like, Mommy, I want to pitch in.
Well, like Mommy said, Liam is very close to being a teenager. I'm a teenager. But also, I've noticed that when you spend more time with each other, you start to realize you like the same thing more than you realize that you actually liked. Like with
Yeah.
me and my brother, I liked cricket because of my brother. He liked music because of me. So we learn from each other, we support each other, and like I said, each other's best friend.
And basically inspiring each other to be
Yes.
a better person.
I think all in all, it's really changed the dynamics of our family. We have, and we are proud to say that we work as one unit.
We do.
We work as one unit. We need to also remember one thing, and what we have realized also in this entire journey, that we all have our own personalities.
We
We are
do.
all individuals, personalities.
Yeah.
We have learned to accept that.
Yes.
We have learned to work together with that.
Yes.
And how can we all bring something to the table as a family to so that we are a stronger unit as a family. We can stand together no
I was
matter
gonna
what the
say, like,
situation. Yeah,
supporting each other
support each
and
other.
being the best
Yes,
person that you can be.
absolutely. And you'll be surprised, you will be amazed that children can be a big support when you least expect them to. And I think
They
that is
can.
one thing that I'm grateful for, that we chose this
Definitely.
path.
Yeah,
Is
no,
they have
definitely.
been a big support to us, emotionally, and at times when you feel like giving up, it's not easy.
Yeah,
The encouragement that comes from them is really, I think, one of the best things that we have experienced. So
definitely
as a
is.
family, we are stronger as a unit. We are stronger as anything can be. I think we are the bond has definitely gone way stronger, and it just gets better
Yes,
every single day.
it
So
does.
yeah, I think that's really worked for us as a unit, as a family,
Yeah.
as a pod that you have with the dolphins.
And a pack.
And
And
a
a
pack,
pride.
yes, and a pride. Absolutely right. There you go. Value based education. I think the one thing that I learned as well in this process, and the reason why I'm including it, because it was my learning as well, is value based. One of my policies that I follow in a business, or in my consulting, or whoever I deal with, is value.
Yes.
And that is something we have been able to teach, Marijke and Liam, is
Yeah.
value. Whenever they do something, whenever they want to do something, the first question that pops up: what value is it going to be add to my
Exactly.
life in future? If I want to take a certain subject, if I want to work on my certain talent, what value will I be able to offer to the world,
Yes.
and what value is going to be beneficial for me? What am I going to be happy with?
Exactly.
Be it in terms of socializing skills, be it in terms
Yeah.
of entrepreneur skills, be it in terms of talent, be it in terms of curriculum,
Yeah.
be it in terms of, I think, yeah, the it sums down to one thing, value based education, or value based system that
Yeah.
gives them a choice,
An opportunity.
an opportunity, a choice in the future of whatever they want to be.
Yeah.
So they have options, be it academic, be it sports, be it art, be it music, be it entrepreneurship.
Exactly.
These are the things that they have to explore,
I mean,
once they reach to a certain age.
yeah, because
And it's
like
already started.
it is, and the sky's the limit
The sky's the limit.
and beyond. I mean, you don't have to be.
Don't have to be it's
I'm,
like
I'm, I'm
call
trying
it
to
like
find the word.
yeah, I would say don't have to be pinpointed, or you kind of
Limited. That's the word I'm looking for.
limited in your approach,
Exactly.
in what you want to do. And
Yeah.
and ultimately, one thing we've realized is a person or a child or anybody should be happy at the end of the day with whatever they are doing. There we go. I think that is really important.
No, it is.
The third point is really important:
Yeah.
value-based curriculum, education,
Yeah.
life lessons, whatever you call them.
Exactly. One of the biggest questions is, isn't it scary?
So yeah,
Yes, it was. There was lots of sleepless nights.
yes,
We were going through phases of, are we doing the right thing? Is this going to work? Is the kids going to be benefiting from it? And it's just at the
Yeah.
end of the day,
It's like questions that do come up. A lot of our subscribers, a lot of our
Yeah.
viewers have got questions regarding the future of the children, in terms of will they be able to get into university. That is
Exactly.
the kind of a mindset we come from. We have
Yeah,
been to full-time schools ourselves, and these were
exactly.
the questions that also popped up. We were scared, believe me. We were.
Yeah.
I think we had sleepless night for almost, I think, more than a year,
More than a
because
year.
the concept not being that. And this was pre-COVID. So
Yeah, this was
this
pre-COVID.
was
Yeah.
pre-COVID. So the concept was not that well known at that
No, it
point of time.
wasn't.
So we were also under that mindset. And I think one thing that really helped us, in a way, it was, I don't know how to mention it, but was during the pandemic, when homeschooling became pandemic. Sorry.
Sorry.
Okay, sorry.
Pandemic.
There we go. See, there you go. I get corrected by them as well sometimes, which is good. Um, it gave us the opportunity, and that helped us to overcome our fear.
It
So the
did.
question
It did.
is it scary? It is, but you never know till you tried it.
Exactly. And there's so much of support as well out there. I mean, there's so many online support groups for homeschooling, unschooling, whichever way you want to look at it. And just having that little bit of, if I could say, backup, um, to just say, you know what, listen, you're doing the right thing. I mean, who better to judge whether a kid is actually happy and thriving
Then
than
the parents
parents?
themselves, absolutely right. And another thing as well is, another thing that is really scary, and something that you're not used to, is a change in your lifestyle.
It is.
So
It
there's a lot of
is.
decisions that we had to make, which is around these two, and how we are going
Exactly.
to go
Carry
ahead
on
with
in
it.
future and with
And
certain things that we
yes,
decide to do.
absolutely, how to go ahead with it, what are the challenges. And you'll be surprised when you start doing some research about topic of homeschooling. You will be amazed by the amount of support that you will find online. There are
Exactly.
Facebook groups, there are WhatsApp groups, there are groups in your cities. If it's not in
Exactly.
your city, it's in another city, but definitely there's a lot of support
Exactly. And
online. And you'll be amazed that how many parents have actually taken this decision. And the one reason that most of them have taken it for is for the betterment of the children. Is what,
exactly.
in terms of to give their child the kind of exposure that they
Yeah.
wanted, that out of classroom experience, and the
Yes.
world is your oyster kind of an experience. So
Exactly.
I think, yes, it is scary. And even swimming for the first time is scary. Climbing a 10 feet wall is scary.
Riding a bicycle
Oh, there you go. Riding a bicycle for the first time is scary. I think
without without trainers, it's
anything that you do in life for the first time is scary. But the only way that you will come to know whether it is for you or not is by trying. They say if you have not
exactly.
tried it, you never know.
Exactly.
Another big concern that comes up, which we would like to add in this as well, is the social aspect in terms of kids socializing. Because when kids
Yes.
go to school, yes, we have all been there. You have friends, you spend time with other kids, you get
And
exposed to as they say, as what many say, the real world is
yeah,
what they mention it as. But honestly speaking, we don't. For us, we feel that's not the real world. The real world is the
exactly.
actual world that you go out, and
Yeah.
in our case, our children have got a lot of exposure because we have done a lot of traveling.
We
We have done
have.
a lot of traveling, and also, as Marijke and Liam mentioned, that they have their own YouTube channels, by the way, and the
Exactly.
link is in the description
It will be
below.
out down there.
They interact with the world. So we have not limited them to interaction just locally. They
Yeah.
are able to also interact with the world through their channel, through their talent.
Exactly.
They are confident about interacting with all age groups. It can be
Exactly.
any age group,
It's
any age group, and the reason being is because of the
being
research
the research,
mentality.
being exposed to it through our
Mhm.
travels. They are comfortable in speaking to anybody with any age, any like background, basically, if you could put it that way, because they're not scared. If so, if someone strikes up a conversation with them, they are more than happy
Yes,
to give their feedback,
to carry on the
to
conversation.
carry on the conversation and to talk about their own experiences. There's nothing that is holding them back.
And also to talk about the subject that is in conversation. Because
Exactly.
they if they don't know, they will ask questions. So
They
that
do.
so that inquisitiveness and that that hunger for knowing more
It's always there.
is always there, and that really gets them going when they have a conversation with each other, or
Yeah.
not just with each other, but the
But
rest
with-
of the world. And if you are new to our channel, and if you haven't subscribed, I will highly suggest subscribe,
Yes.
and you will get to see. I think that is
You
the
will.
best platform for you to get to see, in terms of them engaging, in terms of them being able to put their own point of view across.
Yeah.
Be it with, and it's not just with us, even with people that we come across.
Exactly.
And another thing, they do also socialize with other kids, because
Exactly.
cricket
Cricket is there.
coaching, cricket camping,
Exactly.
in terms of, and
Like in complexes where you stay, there's always
yes,
kids
there's
around.
always kids
So
around in complexes, and because we move, they get to interact with different kids,
different kids with different backgrounds.
different mindset, coming from a different school. So I think,
Exactly.
because that kind of gives them an exposure that, in a way, is an
Broader.
advantage for them, because
Yeah.
they're not limited.
They're not.
And believe me, if you ever get a chance and you meet us face to face, you can strike up a conversation with them, and I think the proof is in the pudding.
They kind of take over the conversations.
I just give you, be ready for a long
Just heads
conversation. Heads up, be ready for a long conversation. If you are thinking of homeschool, or that thought has come into your mind, or if you have heard about it and it's a topic of discussion at your home, I would say there's a lot of advice available. There's a lot of
Yeah.
information available.
Yes.
Do your research. A lot of Facebook groups that you can join, and
Yeah.
and get your questions answered. But most importantly, you need to do a lot of research.
You
You
do.
need to be able to know, is this really for you? And you have to. And I think the most important thing is, include the ones that are going to be impacted by it, and those are your little ones. I think
Exactly. The
it
kiddies.
kiddies, yes, I think that is very, very important. So if you have any questions, we would absolutely love to share our experience a bit more in
Exactly.
detail, or even in the comments, we can give you information that you may
Yes.
be looking at, that out of our experience. Make a comment down below, share it with your friends and family, because this is a topic that is in many people's mind, is bothering many people,
Yeah.
especially post COVID, in
Yeah.
terms of homeschooling, in terms of whether school will be fine, or whether we should
Exactly.
and think about homeschooling. We have got asked this question when people meet us in person, when they meet
Exactly.
us, and they ask, how is the kids schooling? And then when we tell them about it, it ends up being quite a lengthy conversation, because and you will find that it creates an interest in them as well.
does.
There are quite a few people that have actually taken our insight on it, and surprisingly are giving it a go.
They are.
But-
And
Yeah.
and being able to be a support for them as well.
Yes.
It also helps them in realizing that they are doing something good for their kids.
No, is it
And
the right or
it's-
the wrong decision for them? I think that support is
It's
required.
It is, and all kids are different.
Yes.
I mean, we cannot guarantee 100% that it's going to work for
Yes.
everybody.
Yes. You know your kids better than anybody else. I think
Exactly.
you will be the right person to make the decision. That's what we feel.
Exactly.
So and like I said, include your little ones. A lot of
Yeah.
research, one step at a time.
exactly.
Don't
Just
jump into it.
Patience.
Don't jump into it, is what we have learned, and thankfully we have taken that time and we have gone
Yes.
slow. And then you'll know whether it's for you or not.
Exactly.
But if you decide it's for you, there's a lot of I will say changes that you will have to make in your lifestyle that
There
can
is,
accommodate that.
definitely.
You will
Yeah.
have to be more available, and I mean physically,
I was
emotionally
gonna say it's
available
in
for
all
your
aspects
children,
for the kids.
24/7.
To be there.
It's a commitment. It's a full-time commitment.
It is.
So it's something that you have to see that will work for you. So yeah, guys, we hope we were able to
Answer some of your questions.
some of your questions and some of your valid concerns.
Yes.
We really appreciate the concern, like we mentioned below. It's valid, and it shows that how much you care about us.
Exactly.
Guys, we thank you. We can't thank you enough for the support in every form that you show us.
Yeah. It's-
That you and for
It's
our
been
regular
absolutely-
viewers, our new viewers, welcome to our channel.
Exactly.
And
It's all
yeah.
amazing. It's just, we
It's
literally
ama-
have no words actually, if you think about it.
Yes. And well, stay tuned for the next adventure that is just
Exactly.
around the corner, a
Big
short
things.
left. You never know what you explore. You
Yep.
never know what you might experience, people or food, or just the inner child in you.
Exactly.
So
That-
stay blessed.
There's nothing wrong with an inner child.
Yeah, no, one should always have that. And I think that's what
Exactly.
we realized as well. And thanks to these two that we were able to awaken that inner child in us
Again.
again, because I get to play cricket sometimes. So stay tuned, guys. We love you all. Take care, stay blessed, and don't forget
Don't forget.
hashtag short left.
Short
You
left.
never know what's around the corner. Take care. See you in the
We'll see
next
you.
one. Bye bye.
Bye.